had Josh 97 as well, make a few waves today. So
yeah, I think so. You're right.
yeah,
You're right.
It's a very underrepresented character, but scary in some matchups. I think this could be one of the matchups, right? Samus wants to get her charge going. You lay down the Phantom, she has to kind of deal with that RPS.
Exactly. And actually, talking about Zeldas, Manny from London actually does have a,
Oh, that's so cold.
So cold. Yeah, it does have a Zelda. But okay, going to our first game. You're entirely right though. The dynamic here is going to be very, different to what Samus will be usually working with, just due to the power of that neutral B, right?
I think the strength here is if you have to force Zelda to approach, because we saw that like Chandog was kind of weaving in and out of the range with Phantom. I don't know why that one's turned around.
Yeah.
But you see every time Chandog approaches, it's the incorrect buzzer, you're not doing this properly. Whereas like at the start, I think a big thing about Samus is you just want to bait out her commitments, to dash in and out of her range.
Right, yeah.
Get those whiff punishes on those fares, get the outer shield, so.
And I think, when it comes down to making Samus approach, I think this is like a really good matchup for it, to be honest, right? Because, okay, fine, the main threat factor of Samus is that charge shot. But then if you've got a neutral B which reflects it, much unreactively, and then kills Samus at like, 20 or 30 even, that is pretty broken.
You've got to think twice about letting it rip, right? And that's the thing. And then if you get them to think twice, you can punish them for not letting it rip using your burst range.
Beautiful coverage of the that like aerial nair dodge there with the up air, taking the first stock.
Yeah, a lot of the time you see your opponent like prime that ledge at roll distance, and you're like, maybe jump safe here, and then you suddenly just get hit by the largest call out, and that's going to send Chandog in the leads. Oh, we got the up B check. Are you ready? No, you're not. You're going to take 49.
And as much as people, like to rag on Elite Smash or Wi-Fi in general, I feel like the problems that some people have aren't actual, Wi-Fi problems. Are more just kind of like
layout problems, low key.
Layout problems. And looking at a skill issue there, we have Chandog taking that second stock with the F smash.
This is crazy.
I think it's I think here the main problem that maybe we're finding here is that they don't really know how to,
open up Zelda.
Yeah, open up Zelda and also not overcommit with some of the tools they're using. Right, you see Chandog like spot dodging through some of these grabs. The ledge pressure is very efficient, I gotta say.
Yeah, if you apply like a certain amount of pressure on Samus on ledge, they'll start pressing the go-to panic.
Ooh, like very elegant dash forward grab, actually helped along by that, the down B,
No, absolutely. I think, with a lot of the decisions, wow.
Covering the jump again.
That was a jump that time, but like, Chandog's confident at that point. You really don't want to deal with this Phantom ledge trap, do you? Have this up air, it kind of sets up that whole situation. But you can navigate around it, you can drift back, you can kind of mix up like with a directional air dodge in, or you can kind of use, I think we could see down B and disadvantage a bit more.
Definitely, honestly. No, you're right. Like, I feel like, I guess the only thing about up air is, since it's such like a strong move and covers a large hitbox, that I think down B might still get caught by. I mean, it's a similar thing to like, Fox up air or Olimar up air, really, really tough things for Samus to navigate around.
Yeah. I think with Samu in particular, like, you just need to stop showing your hand too early. Because I think there's a lot of situations where you're whiffing those grabs, you're throwing out those fares. Bait them, make them think you're going to be in a range, then come in with the dash attack, set up your pressure. And like we were speaking about, is he playing the matchup? Well, is he, grabbing the Phantom charges when, Zelda's not going to release it? Is he hitting Zelda before the full Phantom comes out? All of these things that aren't really being applied by Samu at the moment. He's just kind of struggling to get in the game and play the match.
Exactly, yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
I think here in game 2, it's actually fairly even, actually. Yeah. Maybe a bit of a stage pick, changing things, potentially. I would see... Hold on, wait. This is actually the first time we've actually seen Samu get a...
brilliant. See, look, making a second guess. He's not just going for the hard commitment. He's just playing that bread and butter.
Oh, and there we go. Yeah.
So good. I
think that was like the first time we've actually seen Samu have like a hard advantage state in this set, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that... Oh, okay, I was going to say, if that killed, bro.
I was going to say, like, when you're...
Oh, but not having the jump. Wow.
Like, sometimes the tether just is not the most reliable. You want to go for that kind of double jump up B. But unfortunately, going to lose the stock early there. But we're getting charges. We're playing a bit more with the space we've got. We're dashing back and forth. We're kind of covering options from Chandog.
And I would say Samu's now getting to the point where he's, very aware of when Chandog is doing his panic up Bs and like especially aggressive up Bs.
Yeah. I think especially like when we're talking about corner pressure as well, Zelda's really floaty. She has, I think, a really bad roll. So I think a lot of the time, Chandog doesn't want to actually press the button, doesn't want to jump, doesn't want to roll. And I think Samu's capitalizing on that behavior brilliantly, saying if you're going to stay in place here, you're going to meet this charge shot and you're not going to have a good time.
And he's actually adapted wonderfully compared to the first game there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even falling, finding his ledge traps, getting his advantage state on. We might see something here, but actually, again, evading the ledge trap. Which is really, you know, again, a clever use of the tools that Samus has.
Ooh. Few unsafe maneuvers on shield, but, you know, Chandog's not kind of prime position to punish them. Although, getting tapped here by the tippy toes, that kills you at like 60. You've got to be careful with your Samus.
Crazy.
Hold on to this.
But here and then there will take it?
That is
just about. Wow.
Good. Once, it's like characters like, you know, Zelda, Luigi, I'm trying to think of other floaties, even Lucina, these kind of
Peach,
characters.
Yes, like I would say
Peach as well. Once they commit to that like double jump and they're in that area and you throw out a hitbox, it's so hard for them to contest it.
No, exactly, yeah. And especially because you know that they're going to kind of stall or wait there for a bit of time. It's just it's free reign for you to jump in and hit them for it.
It's a bit of conditioning earlier as well, because, you know, shields the up B, gets the down smash. Maybe Chandog less confident in the up B there. We could actually see more teleport cancels onto stage to then get back that center stage. But at that point, like, he's too scared to use teleport because he got shielded and got hard punished.
Exactly. I feel like he isn't very used to doing teleport cancels, at least in this matchup.
No, no.
Because again, every single teleport we've seen has been aggressive, but maybe he'll mix it up this this game. Realize, okay, it's not working. Let's throw it in the bin. Let's try to mix up the tools that I have.
That could be the evolution of the set, honestly. It could just be them playing back and forth. You know, Samu's not going for as hard commitments now, waiting for Chandog to commit. Maybe Chandog is actually hanging back at the very start of the game, saying, I'm going to present you with my options. And there we go. Brilliant. Just dashes right out the range.
35% off, like, out of the gates. Pretty crazy. I think the stage pick being FD is usually one of Samus's, you know, it's like, it's more based upon, like, the actual ledge trapping Samus has rather than any of the juggling, like, in a game. And I think that could actually work against her favor, right? Because Samus could, Zelda could very easily get these up airs in, since there's nowhere for Samus to actually end up landing.
And you see, brilliant F smash. I was just saying that, like, when you're looking at how Chandog's playing now, a lot more dashing and then shielding, kind of baiting out those aggressive options. You know, punish on hit on that dash attack into a nice up tilt up air, and there's another up
getting another up air. That coverage is very, very, you know, I would say it's a very kind hitbox to cover that large range of area. But
I think this is a brilliant counter pick from Chandog as well. Just lots of space where Samus can't really maneuver around the platforms. We saw a lot of drop down back airs, for example, taking Chandog's stock.
Exactly.
Now there's so much control. You have to jump. You're going to get met by that up air 9 times out.
And again, like all this ledge trapping that I was talking about before is coming to fruition. You know, Chandog realizing, okay, he was getting out of my like ledge trap setups by jumping over and using platforms to escape them. How about now I just keep him on ledge forever because there are no platforms you can possibly escape to.
Exactly. There's just one less escape option, and we're seeing it here. Brilliant grab. Could have been an F smash, but I respect it. Samus's up B, not the easiest thing to punish.
Yeah, not the laggiest thing either.
No, you could usually up B, and if they whiff the punish, another up B's coming right your way.
Exactly, yeah. Classic, the Siski masher. Classic.
We saw it on Yoshi's first, but Siski is the one who's brought it to the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, Samu, bit of a deficit here, but does find the stock with the forward air, you know, challenging that floatiness once again. Chandog could just kind of hold tight sometimes, you know, and kind of get those out of shield options. And further their lead, but kick to the face, and that is going to send us to last stop for Samu in this game 3.
Again, that aggressive up B actually working. Oh, pushing them off the stage. Pretty funny interaction.
There was an interaction earlier on as well, and while you know Samu dominates his advantage state. Oh, never mind. There was an interaction earlier where actually we've seen Chandog use the smaller charge to punish Samu for kind of charging their own charge shot. So releasing that early before Samu actually gets to press the charge shot button is a brilliant adaptation from Chandog as well.
Oh, using the pushback of the knight actually to jump off the stage and escape the grab. That's clever actually, I like that.
Yeah, definitely very good with all of the tech. We're not seeing the teleport cancels, but we're seeing pretty much everything else.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, on the stage, there's very little to teleport cancel on. So I understand, but that charge shot fully taking across the stage.
You're going to commit to a jump like that as Zelda, just let rip the neutral B, and then you cover yourself from the highest reward option.
That's something that we haven't really been seeing too much. Like, I mean, we've seen the Knight actually take care of charge shot by blocking it. We've seen that from Reflector, and that should be more of a, you know, like, it should be a greater tool, because the reward you get off of it is huge.
No, absolutely. I don't know why they're scared to let it rip. Maybe if Samu shows that they're going to, like, you know, fake charge it and then shoot, but we're not seeing any of that.
Oh, and that takes it, yeah. I mean,
overzealous
Sam
on the F
was,
smash.
you know, he was making a bit of a comeback there. Tried to get that tech option, but unfortunately was not able to.
Wasn't positioned properly. If you're going to commit that hard, position yourself so that when you let rip the move, it's very hard to get like a good whip punish on you. That
it has to be low commitment.
Yeah.
And you know, if you have a move which is, you know, low commitment and high reward, you know, I don't really blame all these characters in the current match.
No.
Throwing them out, like whether it's charge short or, you know, giving much up B perhaps.
See where we're.
Oh, so Chandog switching?
I think this is a pretty good matchup for Youngling. So I think maybe just...
Okay, so I think he was scared at the end of that last game and saying, okay, he was making a bit of a comeback and I don't really want to play this.
Whoa, why are we on Yoshi? Why are we on Yoshi?
This is a mistake that I've made before against Rambos.
Why would you take Samus to Yoshi's? I don't care if you're Youngling.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the #1 stage alongside Battlefield. You don't want to take Samus to. Now, Robbie, can you explain why?
Okay, so first of all, when they do the up B, they can choose whether to fast forward it or go to that platform with virtually no lag. So they can spam up B all day, center stage, really hard to deal with. They've also got wall jumps off the side. They've got plat drops where they can just, you know, hit you with those hard-hitting Samus normals. And just generally speaking, you know, the ledge doesn't even matter.
How bomb works on ledge.
Yeah.
It kind of drops down to ledge far in a far more toxic way.
While most characters suffer with their ledge trapping on this stage, Samus thrives, and it's just a place you never take Samus. It's like, you know, when you've got Mii Brawler as well, you're just like, don't take them here. And if you take them here, you low-key have a high chance of losing the game.
Yeah, also up B taking it off the top is a really, really big factor.
Yeah, low ceiling. Up B is going to just net some stocks, just in scrambles, honestly.
Exactly, yeah. Like, if you see Samus, like, shielding on a platform, you can just expect an up B to come out, you know. Again, the bomb's up over there, working out. It's also, like, fairly hard to catch Samus off stage in this matchup, in this sudden stage, I would say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think, especially with the ball drum mix-up, but I think what I'm liking from Samu, just before that, was basically every time they apply grounded pressure with the charge shot, with, you know, whatever they have, like the bombs, for example, charge shot, they are also covering the airspace, so they're denying Chandog these immediate jump-ins from ledge, sending them back off. But Chandog sending Samu straight into the blast zone there. The up B is so toxic. 2
up Bs in a row!
If that up air did not linger, that would have been unpunishable.
Exactly, yeah. Like, and even then, it was barely, you know, punishable, the second one. That being said, though, Samu is at a tiny bit of disadvantage. That nair take on the side. I guess that's another factor we have to, you know, think about in this matchup, is that, you know, with Youngling, he actually does get like a few setups off of these platforms. To be honest.
Yeah. That is the one like beneficial thing, is where you get like a fire arrow into down air, like tech chase on the platform. Can net you some early stocks, but Samus, quite heavy.
Exactly, yeah. And also, something else I want to say that, especially in this matchup with Youngling, Youngling doesn't really have like the best like single hit kills very often, right?
No.
Something that I learned fairly recently is that, that 2-frame catching the grab.
That's boots coming in, goodness, learning from the best. Every Samus does that, covers neutral, get up, jump.
Samu actually getting a lead here, actually.
Yeah, how can they hold on to it though? Can we see some down Bs maybe? Don't need it really, I guess.
Not really. I mean, like, yeah, again, they're going to get up because they're not in right range.
Ooh, that
40%!
Talk about that positioning as well. Like,
and the fair kill, side cool.
Chandog covered, like, hard DI in, and like Samu's like, nah, I'm going to hang back a bit. I'm going to get this charge shot off. You're going to have to deal with it. And, you know, we're seeing now a huge, not a huge difference in the percentage, but quite significant.
Falling out of the up and getting a down air punish? What?
Ooh, it's all about how you land here. Goes to the ledge, I like it. A lot of players don't abuse the ledge enough as a way of just, you know, getting back to solid ground. The number one complaint I have.
Oh, perfect jab into grab reset, but not actually getting the throw.
The number one thing when I'm watching sets these days, I'm just like, why are you aggressing in these positions? Just land, and reset the position.
Reset neutral and no jump, I guess.
I think use the tether and, you know.
Oh, it was like a classic.
It's a bit of a return.
Ultimate tether.
Bit of a return on the earlier set where Samus didn't tether the ledge.
Yeah.
And now.
This game was coded by interns.
Sakurai intervene, please. We need more patches.
Please.
Actually, don't. I want Samus to SD.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I feel like the only way this game could potentially get a patch is if another character was added. I don't want to see another Sora.
Oh no.
Game. So
let's speak about characters here, because the Zelda obviously netting 2 games for Chandog. We're in a game 5 now. Samu's sticking with the Samus. So I think Chandog's going to go back to the Zelda. No buy left these days.
We are bidding the buy left, as one might say, and we're going to game 5.
Binning the buy left indeed. And, you know, let's see what happens. What stage are we on? We're on FD. Why did you let them go back?
Yeah,
I would rather a duo plat, I can't lie. You know, that space, we haven't talked about it, but we talk about the platforms and the drop-down aerials. Let's talk about the platforms and just the threat of charging charge shot underneath it and just covering that whole vertical space where people want to get in on you. That's something that, you know, is a huge strength for Samus on these plat stages. Less so FD, where are the platforms?
No, totally. I mean, we see here, like, again, a fairly even game. The game that we did have before on FD did go incredibly close.
We scrapping.
Samu, like, overextending a tiny bit, and Chandog maintaining that lead that they had. But I could see it go really either way, to be honest, right?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of sour spots as well from these lightning kicks. A lot of checks here from Samu as well. Great spacing as well to avoid, you know, these. I think Chandog's just showing the hand a bit too early. And we said it about Samu at the very start of the set, right? They're making their intentions too obvious. Now, I think Samu's ambiguous. Chandog is must press Zelda button to get killed now.
A tiny bit telegraphed, yeah.
And Samu's kind of playing around that gameplay.
That being said,
at the ledge against
exactly
Zelda, GG's.
Samu is at the ledge, but also, I think like I like to think that. Oh no, punish it!
Whoa!
Just charge shot it. Sorry.
Hey, we're at the ledge. That's where charge shot lives.
And they're taking the stock. No, I mean, like, I feel like, okay, what I was going to, you know, potentially theorize with Chandog here is that maybe they're going for like a proto-Banham-esque mental reset with the characters. And, I mean, it's going even. Like, it's not going the worst. Like, it shows that Sammy does not have the download that he may have had.
But you see, he's giving away all the Zelda options. We saw roll, we see jump. That floatiness is
turn around the grab, but
overextending
with the F smash? Hold on, what?
All right, got the knight out. What are we doing? We're covering the air. Samu a bit too far for the air coverage, but we're just holding on to stage. We're prioritizing stage. Bit of an overextension though. And Samu's back in this.
Definitely. Oh, I'm actually teleporting through the charge shot to whiff punish.
That was smart, because it beat, you know, Samu just not, like, you know, shooting, basically. Like, if they don't shoot, then you can use that as, like, an aerial burst option almost.
You kind of sense that Samu too often was just charge shotting and then, you know, charge shotting again like effectively, right?
Yeah.
Not realizing that Zelda does have that threat range, which is pretty huge. We might see a dead Samus here. Hold on. No, not taking it just yet.
No, and I like it. Samu is more using these bombs to recover down. Okay.
And then the F smash comes in to take the stock. We are on the last stock we might see in this entire game.
You can be up being like that, but you can't be up being like that if you're Samu. Last stock. Gets the air dodge, doesn't commit to the charge shot. A bit of a missed opportunity. Could have killed Zelda off stage there, and now the S smash coming in, the dash attack.
25% on the board right now.
Trying to break on through, but it's not happening.
Trying to get these kill moves in, and they can't find anything just yet. But the charge shot will take it to the side. All right, this is last stock, potentially last hit. Game 5. So this is
bro, this is a bagger set to start with. A lot of adaptation back and forth. Air dodges around. I said you don't have to jump directly and DI in. And Samu is kind of DIing away, dealing with the situation, resetting to neutral. And catches the teleport start. 28 on the board. We could see a comeback.
Hold on. Oh, that takes it to the side though.
Oh my god.
Not hitting the stool. Hold on.
Amazing bomb. Amazing. Be careful. Misses the punish. Gets the down throw into the forward air. This is one big charge shot away from
Wait.
death.
Okay, again, overzealous. Up be there. Wait.
Panic alert. We're seeing
Samu,
hang back.
same thing happened in game 3. Hold on.
And the dash
Oops,
tag,
second
no
ticket.
way, the DI is
Yes.
not. Wow.
And even with the power of Batman there with the Dark Knight, Samu was able to take it.
Great upset there from Samu. I mean, Samu being one of those kind of players that's, you know, been a bit on the rise. I think they did quite well at Invasion, but I think this is like one of the ones where they're staying in winners so far, and they're showing a lot of fight. You know, I'm seeing like shades of Rambos. I'm seeing shades of Nutlord.
Honestly, yeah. Like I think
playing well.